Hi girls, your Pushpa madam is again back. Now I will going to discuss about anemia, anemia, or it is also called as anemia, anaemia. Both are correct. Before entering into the anemia condition, of course, it is a disorder related to our body again. We must know something about the blood. Blood. What's a blood? Blood is a fluid tissue present in our body. It's a fluid tissue. Blood is also called as river of our body because blood flow throughout the body by the pumping action of the heart, namely contraction and relaxation. This blood is a tissue. It is made up of cells. Blood is made up of three types of cells, namely RBCs, red blood cells, or we can say red blood corpuscles, are also called as erythrocytes. WBC cells are white blood corpuscles, and platelets. These are the three types of blood cells. These three types of blood cells constitute the vascular tissue, commonly called as the blood. And blood is synthesized in our body in bone marrow with the help of hemopoietic tissue. What is hemopoietic tissue? Blood synthesizing tissue, we call it as the hemopoietic tissue. Where it is present? It is present in the bone marrow. If you take the entire composition of blood cells, that is in their number, in terms of number, RBC cells, always the number will be more when compared to the WBC cells. Their number is more. WBC cell is lesser when compared to the RBC cells. The number of RBC cells decreases because of so many factors in the body. That condition leads to the anemia. In Kannada, we call it as Raktahinate anta kareeತೀವಿ. So, anemia is the most common blood related disorder which occurs mainly due to the abnormal low levels of blood cells. The blood cells, which blood cells? RBC cells will be less abnormally. That condition leads to the anemia. And this anemia is also referred as the iron deficiency disorder. Iron deficiency disorder. Iron is required to synthesize hemoglobin. This hemoglobin is a conjugated protein or a complex protein which is present in the RBC cells, which facilitates to carry the oxygen all around the body. That's why hemoglobin is called as transporting agent. Hemoglobin is very, very important. It's a protein. It's not a simple protein. It's a conjugated protein because it is made up of protein part called globin and non-protein part of a protein molecule. We called it as prosthetic group. Here, heme is the prosthetic group. Hemoglobin contains protein part in the form of globin as well as the non-protein part in the form of iron. The composition of these two form a hemoglobin. Hence, it is called conjugated protein. If your protein contains only amino acid, then we called it as the simple protein. Any other thing any other part of a protein molecule which is attached to an amino acid, then we call it as a conjugated protein. I think you heard we have two types of proteins based on the composition, namely the simple protein and conjugated protein. And this hemoglobin play a very important role in carrying the oxygen to all around the body. That's the reason it's called as transporting agent. For the synthesis of hemoglobin, we require iron. If iron deficiency there in our body, then the synthesis of hemoglobin will get affected. Obviously, we go to the condition called it as anemia. And because of anemia, we can come across more than 400 different types of anemia, which are caused due to the blood loss. Anemia is caused due to the blood loss, okay, and decreased production of RBC cells in our body. Because of some problem, there is no production of RBC cell normally properly. Then destruction of RBC cells rather than the normal destruction. You know the lifespan of the RBC cells is 120 days. After that, they will be flourished by the spleen. But they should be in a normal condition. But because of other reasons, the number of RBC cells will get distracted. Destruction will be taking place. Then there will be less number of RBC cells, maybe due to malaria, due to typhoid, due to erythroblastosis fetalis, due to accidents, due to injury, loss of blood. For so many reasons, the RBC cells may become decreased. That condition is referred as anemia. ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ರಕ್ತಹೀನತೆ. Let it be. No problem. No. We should not say like that. It's a severe disorder. We have to make it correct. We have to monitor this. Okay, you know, India is a still developing country. More than 75% of the Indian citizens, including the children and women, when compared to the male category, are suffering from anemia. Okay. What are the causes of anemia? I was already told you it is a blood disorder that occurs when our RBC cells become less. This deficiency is caused due to the autoimmune reaction. Autoimmune reaction in our body is maybe one of the reason for the decrease in number of RBC cells. Okay, then destruction of RBC cells rather than when compared to the production, there should be proportionate destruction and production. Severe blood loss due to the injuries or any accidents. Severe burns in the body. There will be fluid loss. Poor diet, it's very important factor, and deficiency of iron and mineral in the body. Iron and mineral in the body, that affects the production of hemoglobin. That also leads to the anemia. And in very rare cases, anemia can be also be hereditary factor which affects infants, that means children or baby at the time of birth. See, so many children in India, they born with anemia, or the death occurs at the time of birth, or they will going to die immediately after the birth. So we have to monitor all these things. So what are the symptoms that we develop ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಅನಿಮಿಯಾ? ಗುಣಲಕ್ಷಣಗಳೇನಿರುತ್ತೆ ಅನಿಮಿಯಾದ್ದು ಅಂತಕ್ಕಂಥದ್ದು ಈ ತೊಂದರೆ ಬಂದಾಗ, ನ್ಯೂನತೆ ಆದಾಗ? ಪಿಕಾ, PICA, usually doctors in medical terminology they use this word commonly, pica. That is craving for ice, ice, clay, soil and paper. The disorder we called it as pagophagia, P-A-G-O-P-H-A-G, pagophagia. Pica, craving and chewing for ice, clay, soil or paper. See, some people have the habit of what? Chewing the clay, soil and paper. That condition we called it as pica. Usually we can see in anemia patients. I think you may get a laugh. Of course it is true. Some people have some craving for something. Some people, they will like the petrol smell. Some people like the kerosene smell, like that. Okay, craving will be there for certain things. It depends on the individual. Okay, fine. Insomnia, sleeping sickness. They will not sleep properly first of all. They will not sleep also, and they will not make others to sleep also. Okay, so this is the condition in case of anemia. Vomiting, pale skin, leg cramps, leg cramps, constipation problem, joint pains, seizures, jaundice, abdominal pain, shortness of breath, headache and dizziness, susceptibility to infections. For small infections, they will undergo disease condition. That means they will suffer a lot. Difficulty in concentrating, rapid heartbeat, fatigue and loss of energy. Fatigue means sustaagtakantadu. Stiffness of the arms and legs, dark brown or red colored urine they will pass in severe anemia condition. Okay, usually our urine color is light yellow in color, straw color, because of the presence of pigment called urochrome. It's light yellow in color or straw color. But in case of severe anemic patients, the urine is brown or red color. Right, it's very unusual. So these are the symptoms we develop under anemia conditions. And anemia is the most common blood disorder which affects 24.8% of the world population. If you consider the world population throughout the world, 24.8% it will affect it. Especially children and women are a greater risk of developing this blood disorder. Women and children are more targeted. Children, they don't know how to manage the lifestyle, what to have, because we parents have to guide them. And women, because of pregnancy, because of menstrual cycle, because of abortions, medical termination of pregnancy, stress, strain, multitasking, she is targeted. She don't have time to take care of herself. And anemia also you can see more frequently in the age increases, in the old age people. These are the symptoms, causes and symptoms. What are the risk factors? As was mentioned to you, the symptoms, those are the risk factors. Aging becomes faster if you are suffering from anemia. Anemia means the loss of blood. And because of anemia, we undergo chronic autoimmune disorders again. Of course, autoimmune reaction, it causes anemia. And because of anemia, we develop chronic autoimmune disorders also. And family history, we have to consider that one also, because if the parents are suffering from some of the disorders like sickle cell anemia, hemophilia, these are all the genetic disorders, not able to correct, we can treat it, not able to correct it. Then usually the children's born to them, they also suffer from the anemia. See, sickle cell anemia is also one of the important factor for causing anemia. Hemophilia also. You know, in case of hemophilic patients, once the blood start oozing out from their body, it's not able to stop it, because clotting factor is absent in them, blood clotting factors. In case of sickle cell anemia, the normal shape of the RBC changed into sickle shaped, because during the genetic code, what happens? Valine will come to the position instead of glutamic acid. Okay, so that we cannot correct it actually. It's a genetic disorder, gene disorder. These are also hereditary factor for causing the anemia. And anemia is not treated properly. What happens? Kidney failure and intestinal disorders are also occurs. Okay. Brain hemorrhage, multiple organ failure, we can say, but because all the organs, all the tissues need blood circulation, proper circulation. And having the diet that is consistently low in iron and minerals plus vitamins, that also causes the anemia. And the person is having the history of certain infections, blood diseases, autoimmune disorders, exposure to the alcoholism and other toxic chemicals that affect the production of RBC. These are the risk factors. How to prevent it? It can be prevented by nutrients in the blood, having healthy and balanced diet, food that include variety of vitamins, iron-rich foods can prevent the loss of RBC in our body. Especially lifestyle, diet play an important role. But I told it may be due to hereditary also and autoimmune reaction also. So we have to diagnose properly whether it is due to the lifestyle or the diet management, or due to the autoimmune reaction, or it is due to the heredity. That and all we have to pathologically, clinically, it's the lengthiest procedures we have to undergo, we have to diagnose properly. Then we have to give the treatment. Prevention is better than cure. If the person is suffering from anemia, that is diet related anemia, we have to provide a proper diet with iron, vitamins and minerals for the production of hemoglobin. We have to take green leafy vegetables, iron rich food. Okay, balanced diet we need to manage. If you are suffering from other diseases, means we have to treat those diseases by giving the treatment. You are alcoholic, just leave the alcohol. If you do not consume the toxic chemicals. Okay, if family history is there like sickle cell anemia and hemophilia, means the doctor will take care of that one, but that can be treated but can't be cured for 100%. Okay, and if any accident or injuries occurs, blood transfusion is necessary, and we should not expose it to such kind of situations to undergo accidents. And if you are suffering from malaria, typhoid and all, that time also we undergo anemic, that we have to make up after the recovery through the diet. These are all the conditions, these are all the different situations where we undergo anemia. Dear students, anemia can be taught hours together. Lot many things are there to study in depth. But in your examination, you may get the question, maximum 5 marks. Write a note on anemia or something related to anemia, 5 mark or a 3 mark question. So according to your syllabus designed, in that way I am carrying out this program. For any disorder, definition is very important. Causes, symptoms and prevention. These things we need to concentrate. Hope girls, we had a nice time. Take care. Bye-bye.